Justin, you can't hear it, but I'm shredding so hard to Jessica by the Allman Brothers right now. Oh, if only you could hear these fat beats I'm laying down. And by beats, I mean notes on a guitar.
Love this tune.
Love this tune. Love how I'm just shredding. No notes? Where are the notes, you might be saying? There are no notes, Justin, because where we're going, we don't need notes. It's the future. It's Rock Band 4. And
this is much different. I haven't given it enough credit. It seems very different.
No, this is probably more what you're used to. That was
okay.
freestyle guitar stuff, which is one of the new things in Rock Band 4. You may have seen some Rock Band 4 reviews go up today. Ours is not ready yet. It's still in the hopper. Because I think a lot of what Rock Band 4 does that is really impressive is sort of its technological achievements, right? Like getting all of the old DLC songs up and ready for the next generation without you having to like repurchase all that stuff. Being able to use your old instruments with using the correct dongles, the appropriate console-specific dongles. Like I think that stuff is really impressive, and we just honestly haven't had enough time to put that stuff through the ringer. So our review is going to be a little bit late, but I did want to talk about the game and put this video up to get some impressions out about it. So as you can probably see, it's a lot like Rock Band.
Yeah, it looks very much like a Rock Band.
I think specifically it looks a lot like Rock Band 3. You see there's a freestyle drum solo just happened there. There are also static drum solos that are like baked into the song, but you can switch between that at will. You can also switch between the freestyle guitar solos, which are really fun. I'm going to show some of those off later, and sort of the classic guitar fills that are like baked into the song at will. So if you don't like the freestyle stuff, you can just turn it off. I
liked the freestyle guitar stuff a lot.
It's fun.
I think it's really fun. I don't know if the novelty would keep going, but like it's I've always felt like guitar was the most fun thing to do in Rock Band, and that's been like doubly made concrete by the addition of the freestyle solos.
You can see it there on the track on the right. So this is a player who had no idea what they were doing. It's neat, and there's a tutorial that you have to do, I feel like, to really understand how to do it right, because you can just noodle and do whatever, and it's fine. It sounds crazy, and it's fun, but if you want to get like points and keep your streak going, there's a specific, like, you have to play in a certain rhythm. You can play what notes you want, but you have to play in rhythm, and it takes a while to get that like down. So just like players who jump into the game and have never played Rock Band 4 before are gonna have a hard time like when this crazy blue and orange spaghetti gets thrown at them. Here though, I'd kind of figured it out a bit. So I want to touch on a few things. First of all, I've played this game now on PlayStation 4 and on Xbox One. Justin, you and I played the PS4 version together. I'll talk about this over the character creation stuff, which is actually a little bit limited in the game. There's a lot of costumes that you can unlock and stuff, but I feel like the customization options at first are a little bit limited. Anyway, playing on the PS4 version, and we used the new instruments. We didn't use any legacy instruments on PS4 or Xbox One yet. I'm going to do that stuff before the review. Playing on PS4 was a little bit rough.
Yeah, it kind of sucked a little bit.
And it's not the game's fault, and I'm not even sure if it's the instrument's fault. I think it's just sort of the architecture for Xbox One is a little bit more accommodating for this stuff. Like on PS4, you have to pair everything with Bluetooth, which sometimes can be a little bit shoddy, and if you lose connection on a Bluetooth thing, you have to like pop out, go back to the like settings on your device in the Bluetooth menu, and then like forget that instrument and then re-recognize it and then hop. So like in terms of like being a party game, that kind of throws things out of balance, like adding that delay into things. Not only that, but every time you turn an instrument on, you have to go through the whole process of like assigning it to a profile or going through and assigning it to a guest profile on like the PlayStation side, not like the game side. And then an Xbox One, you don't really have to do that. All this stuff connects using actual buttons on the hardware, and then you don't have to like specifically assign things. You just need at least, I think, just the one profile. You can see I've got the pencil rain there signed in. You just need the one profile in order to save progress and stuff like that. Anyway, that was a long aside. It's kind of a minor inconvenience, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but like it's a party game, and when you have a bunch of people standing around, minor inconveniences can be a big bummer. This is the role-playing game stuff that goes into the career mode, which is really interesting, actually. It took me a while to sort of understand what they were going for, but you can see basically branching pathways where every time you start a new tour, you get to choose between these different options, and the different options will give you different rewards. Like there's a money option or a fans option or one that will unlock crazy new costumes for you. And those options might give you different options for set lists and stuff like that.
I think the voting thing is fun if you're by yourself, and if you have someone who's singing. Like I think it's insane because the person who's singing always should get to pick the song.
It's singer's
100%.
choice, and it should always be singer's choice. I agree with you. I included this though because I think it's kind of funny how sometimes in the voting screen, which is a new thing for Rock Band 4, it doesn't tell you what songs you're voting on. It's just like, here's a song from '96. You want to play this song? Yeah, sure. Good news, it's El Scorcho. So for finishing, this is an example of how this RPG thing plays out. I chose this style person, this style blogger, for my next step in my band's development. And then for finishing this tour, I unlocked these bizarre costumes. And you can see one person looks like some sort of space punk, and everybody's got these Sam Fisher night vision goggles stuff. And this is stuff that I have now unlocked in this campaign. There's a few examples of how this works out. I'm going to show another one here in just a second. I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's like a clever way for this stuff to develop. I do miss, I don't feel as much ownership over my band in Rock Band 4 as I did in Rock Band 3. I don't think there's a logo editor. I haven't found that, which is kind of fun. There's no or at least I haven't run into any yet, cutscenes as your band develops. I think the roughest thing so far is you can make these custom characters and unlock stuff for them, but you can't assign them as backup members. So if you're playing by yourself, it just sort of fills in with these pre-generated characters, and you can assign the pre-generated characters, but you can't use the ones that you make. All of them, again,
created characters that had profiles also.
Yes. Yeah. Although you can just make them all on your main profile and then share them off that or whatever. Again, it's nitpicky stuff, but it kind of makes you feel like maybe you're not as in control of your band. I just killed that solo, by the way, on You Make Love and Fun.
Yeah,
just really shredded it. But I feel like it's not a gigantic leap over Rock Band 3. I know a lot of people are bummed that keyboards have been stripped out of the game entirely. And while it is still kind of a bummer when you're playing a song on guitar and then all of a sudden you're playing a saxophone solo on your guitar, which is
it's a cool guitar, man.
A bit nonsensical. It does help to keep the pool of songs as one thing, right? You remember playing Rock Band 3 and you're on keyboard and then you would just pick a song and, oh no, this is not a song that came out when Rock Band 3 was out, and so there's no keyboard part, and so it divided up the audience.
Right.
They've done better about this, and really, it's really incredible how easy it was for me to download all of my DLC songs and have that ready. So like I said, it is very much a pretty direct adaptation of the Rock Band experience to current gen consoles, and I think that's pretty impressive, but we're not going to have our review up for a few days until we have a chance to test out the legacy instrument stuff, because I know a lot of people aren't interested in buying more instruments. They want to use the stuff they've already got. So the game itself is pretty fun, but stay tuned for our full review of the full Rock Band 4 experience.